So I'm going to be talking about organ donation and transplantation. And the question is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein a warning or an homage to modern scientists? Personally, I think it's an homage because we're paying respect to them and we acknowledged that we can do human transplants because of Frankenstein himself. A different interpretation can be derived from the book. Acknowledge and scientist itself isn't dangerous, but becomes so through its abuse by society. Though Shelley's novel isn't about the pursuit of knowledge, but rather about the necessity for scientists and society to be responsible with their creations and discoveries. When Mary Shelley wrote the novel Frankenstein in 1818, little did she know that her ideas would come to life. In the past, organ donation and transplantation were just common themes in science fiction and horror fiction, in movies and novels. But the belief that you can take an organ from anyone off the street and put it anywhere was extremely scary. Nowadays, people get heart transplants, lung transplants, or any major body part with no problems whatsoever, other than the brain and the head. Shelley's character Victor Frankenstein pieced together human body parts from recently deceased to create new life, which would be Frankenstein, his monster, so they say. Kind of like what we do to humans, but it's a little different. In some cases, you could refer to Victor as a doctor because of it, but most people refer to him as a mad scientist because Frankenstein is not actually human. He is what Mary calls a monster, but in some scenarios, his body reacts as if it is human. For example, when humans' hearts stop, we need electricity to keep going, so they give us an electrical shock to regenerate our heart. And that is actually how Frankenstein came to be alive, was with electricity. So it evens out. The difference between Frankenstein and us is that Victor's monster was made because of his emotions falsely leading him to suppose that he could have some control over the fate of people's lives if he had the proper, let's say, formula to create life, for example. Mary Shelley said, "How mutable are our feelings, and how strange is that clinging love we have for life, even in excess of misery." But in real life, real world transplants are made to save lives, not to control fate. Another thing that we do differently is that we would need to be able to do head transplants and brain transplants, but we might be able to actually figure that out, because in April of this year, an Italian surgeon announced that they were trying their first human head transplant. A Russian offered himself as a test, and they think that in 2 years they will be capable of moving somebody's head onto another person's body. So I find that really cool. If you have any questions on the subject, just email them to me and I will respond as soon as I can. Thank you for watching.